and welcome back. These past few hours I've been hard at work testing a couple of things about Oblivion Remastered, and the main thing I kind of want to cover in this video is the differences between Oblivion Remastered and Oblivion Original in terms of the systems and in terms of some of the glitches that are present inside both of these games. I recorded all my testing, but it's quite frankly, it's 5 hours of complete mess. It's trash. So I prefer to just summarize it in this one video here, which is what I'm going to do. So let's jump right into it. The first and most important thing I would say is leveling. Leveling in this game is so freaking straightforward. Oh my god. All you want to do for your major skills, pick the skills that you want to use. Period. You want to run fast, pick athletics. You want to be a mage, pick destruction, pick restoration as your major skills. The reason for this is because every single skill increase yields XP inside of the game. And every single time you level up, you get the same amount of stuff when you level up, and I'll demonstrate that. So, let's go ahead and I'll level up athletics 10 times. So we'll go advanced skill, athletics, 10. Okay. Right, so now I'm an apprentice. I actually got some experience down here, as you can see. From leveling up my minor skill of athletics, which is really, really cool. Let's do this again. I got a level up. Pretty cool, so that's one thing. And I'll show you what happens when we level up inside of the game. I'm just going to drop my difficulty to novice, just for the purposes of this video. How do I do that? Anyone know? Okay, it is already. That's good. We'll head over to a bed real quick. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a save here for something I'm going to demonstrate later. How do I make a save in this game? Like this. Cool. We'll sleep here. You level up. You get these what's called attribute points. These are irrespective of the skills I've leveled inside of the game. With Oblivion, the original, which I'll demonstrate after this, the skills that you level matter. So here I can just pick whatever I want. I can put 5 points into speed, 5 points into willpower. I didn't level anything inside of willpower. And I can do 2 into personality, whatever. In the original Oblivion game, I've got a level up here. Let's just use it. Let's just say I level up, my major skills here is armor. Let's level up. That got me a level up. And I'll level up again. I only got 5 points in endurance, because endurance is what governs armor, and I only increase armor for this level. Hence why I can only increase endurance 5 times. If I wanted to maximize this level up, I'd also need to increase a skill and speed 10 times, and I'd also need to increase an ability that's governed by willpower 10 times. That would be the most efficient way to level inside of Oblivion. But Oblivion Remastered doesn't give a shit about that, which is really, really cool. It means you can pick whatever skills you actually want to use, which is pretty goddamn fantastic. Now, there's a pretty cool glitch inside of Oblivion Original, so I'll go back to that game real quick. This can be done in tandem with a trainer. So let's go ahead and we'll, I just want to ensure that this save is kept, and it will be. Let's go ahead and let's find a trainer. I believe there's one in Coral that's quite useful for, I believe, athletics or something. He's a hunter. It's not you, is it? Do you train? Yes, okay, this guy trains, okay? Now, inside of this game... Gold. Let me leave. Cool. I now have gold. Let's say I train with this guy. Does this character have any level ups at all? No. So let's say I train with this guy. Train, 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 train. I train with him 5 times. I can't train with anyone anymore because I have maxed out my level. Maxed out my trainings for this level. However, what I can do is I can create a quick save here. I can go back to my save that has a level up on it. I can do a little trick. I can go ahead and I can sleep, let's say 7 hours. This character has a level up, by the way. You can see that next to the, I'm pointing at it with my finger like an oath. But next to the compass, you can see there's a level up. I can sleep here, let the button decrease by at least an hour. I can then load while it's sleeping back to my training save. And I get the level up on my character. So I can just increase whatever the hell I want. And then I can immediately train again for free. This is how you can do what's called the leveling trick in Oblivion. Which is what I was describing in the previous Oblivion video I did. This glitch is still possible in Oblivion Remastered, but you have to do it a bit differently. So, let's go ahead and let's say... I haven't seen that before. Let's go ahead and go to the same place. Cool. Alright, I'm here. Fine. Did I make a save? Okay, this is good enough. I believe this has a level up. Let's find a trainer so I can demonstrate the same thing. Can I get one here, please? Do you perhaps train? Yes. Perfect.
You looked up.
Um,
I'm through talking to you.
come on. You're a trainer.
Hello. How goes it? Ponditard is the...
Cool. So this guy's a trainer, alright? We can do a really similar leveling trick to train skills. So what we'll do is we'll train a couple times.
A lot to learn.
I don't have any gold. I don't have any gold inside of the game. Okay.
Care. What can I do?
Okay. So let's train with this guy 5 times. All right. Cool.
Good day.
Now we did get a traditional level up inside of the game, which is kind of not what I want, but it should still work. So what we'll do is we'll do a quick save here. This is the secret, and this is the difference. You have to do a quick save at the character that you want the level up to apply to. Then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll load. This autosave would work, but let's just go ahead and load our normal save, our manual save that we did. This character has a level up. So what we're going to do is a really similar method to the original Oblivion. What we're going to do is we're going to sleep, and then we're going to spam quick load as soon as we click continue here. So you'll be able to hear it. I'm not pressing it that fast, just clicking quick load, and the game will do a load screen, and we should get a level up applying to this other character here. There we go. Now we can increase whatever it is we want. Let's go speed, willpower, and personality. Cool. Continue. Quick save.
Yes.
From here, we can go ahead and we can train 5 more times.
I can't teach you a thing or two.
Train. Escape. We can then quick save again. At least we should be able to. And then we'll head back to the original save with the first level up. And then let's go ahead and do the exact same thing. Continue, pressing F9 to reload the game. Sorry, I'm kind of dark. It's getting dark outside. For reference, I started doing this testing in the middle of the afternoon. It's now dark. And there we go. So now we get more levels on our character. Cool. Sweet. And you can just repeat this over and over again, and you can get infinite level ups, but if you combine it with trainers, you can also get infinite skill ups as well. Well, not infinite, quote unquote, there's a limit to how much you can level up inside of this game, pretty sure. Well, at least in terms of useful levels, just because you'll eventually max out your attributes, right? And maybe you can level up beyond that, but it won't make a difference. It'll just make the game harder for you. Now, obviously at the start of the game, you don't have as much gold as you probably want with, to train with. So there's a couple of really exploity ways to get gold, and I'll demonstrate them. And by a couple, I mean one that I know of. So the traditional way of using Dorian. Dorian's a classic inside of Oblivion. If you paralyze Dorian, you can just click his body for gold. I won't even demonstrate it. You can just click his body for gold, and it will just loot the gold instantly. This doesn't work with Dorian, unfortunately. Should I demonstrate that? Yes. We go ahead and equip our Lover's Kiss, which I have here. We'll just do a manual save. You can search his body, but then it takes it immediately. And this always persists inside of the game. You can't change this. However, what you can do is you can do a little trick with item duping, okay? So long as you have any thing any container, that's what I'm trying to look for. You can duplicate items. Let's see. You also need more than one of something, or more than 4 of something, I mean. I've got lots of potions of healing here, so let's try and do this. We grab we can just take all from here. We then head to the search function. We'll put 1 potion of healing inside. Oh god. We'll put 1 potion of healing inside of here. Okay. And then what we're gonna do? We're gonna click continue or whatever. Then we're gonna click continue again. Then what we're gonna do is we are going to drag our next potions of healing, all of them, on here. That didn't work. Why not? There we go. So all you need to do, I'll just demonstrate that one more time because I screwed it up somehow. Put 1 potion in, drag the rest of them on top, make sure your mouse is on top of the potion of healing. 19, 19, and there you go. I now have 38 potions. Ideally, you'll want to do this with weightless items, like arrows or whatever. So let's go ahead and do that with arrows. Let's go ahead, put 1 on top, there we go. Try down to 1, enter. There we go, down to 1, enter. Whoops, that's not what you want. Put 1, enter, enter. Drag on top, enter, enter. Drag down to 1, enter, enter. Down to 1, enter, enter. Game's starting to lag now. It's a good sign. Alright. So we now have 600,000 odd arrows-ish. Now, what you can do... Why am I over encumbered? Do arrows not have... They weigh something. Don't do it with arrows. Do it with something else. Lockpicks. Lockpicks are even better. So, what you'll want to do now is you'll want to go ahead and you'll want to kill someone. We can just go kill, right? You'll want a body that has gold on it. What you want to do, you want to take everything else out. You want to go to the search function. Transfer the item of which you have the most value on top of the item that you want. then take the item. I tricked you. For Dorian, it doesn't work. For Dorian, this doesn't work, this glitch. Don't do it on Dorian. Let's try it on somebody else, shall we? Say he's a bandit, we just kill him. Cool. We can then take all his items. Whatever. He's got 8 gold inside of his inventory. All we have to do, grab your most high quantity item, drag it over the top onto the gold, then take the gold. Make sure your mouse is hovered over the gold at all times. That's basically the trick. Just drag your item, have it hovered over the gold, don't move your mouse, click enter a bunch of times, you're going to get the gold in your inventory. So from here, you can train infinitely, create all the spells that you want to. And speaking of spell creations, there are a couple of interesting things that I've discovered. Creating spells is fundamentally the same inside of the game, but leveling with spells is very different. I'm going to show you that now, and this persists with the rest of the game. Now, I don't have Frostcrag Spire unlocked, so I'm going to go and get that real quick. So I've gone ahead and I've created a bunch of spells here, just for the purposes of leveling Destruction in particular. I've got a real basic level Destruction that's just 3 points, and Fortify Magicka 3 points on self. I've then got Fortify Magicka 21 points, but then Damage Fatigue 20 points. 19 points for 2 seconds, 3 points for 22 seconds, 33 points for 1 second, and so on and so forth. So before, in Classical Oblivion, you would be able, chuck a save here, you would be able to cast this, and it would give the same amount of XP as any of these, right? Now, let's take a look at my skill. It's only gone up by a fraction, right? I'm going to reload now, just so that that's completely gone, that skill increase. Okay. Let's go what happens. Let's see what happens when we cast the tier above that. Level Destruction 2, cast. Take a look at my skill. That's a quite substantial increase. Okay. More than a bit. Alright, we'll reload it back. So clearly, the stronger the spell, the more experience it grants. This is not the same as Classical Oblivion. Again, let's try what happens when we cast this spell. This spell has a lower magnitude, okay? So it's lower than this 20 points, but it lasts for 3 seconds. This means that it lasts for 22 seconds. So what did I just say? 3 points of damage lasts for 22 seconds, and it costs 43. Again, my skill is back to normal. Let's cast the spell. Interesting. Go ahead, we'll check our character. It's a bit more, as you can see. It is a bit more than before. If you'll look back, you'll see it. Let's go ahead and we'll cast. We'll go back. We'll cast one that has now 33 points for 1 second. So it's actually more. It costs less than this, but has more points worth of damage for less duration. It's exactly the same increase as the previous cast. For reference, I casted Destruction 5, 33 points for 1 second versus 3 points for 22 seconds. Now this one here costs 64. What we'll do is we'll cast this after we reload, and we'll show you exactly what happens. Magic, Destruction 6, costs 64. This is the most costly spell. Our Destruction is currently at a clean 27. Cast it. Boom. So what does this mean? This has yielded the most increase out of anything so far. It is the cost of the destruction-related attribute of the spell that determines the most XP for the spell. This is why these yielded the same amount of XP right here. Because it costs the same, despite the point values being different. 3 points versus 22 seconds, 33 points for 1 second, same XP. 3 points for 33 seconds gives more XP than this spell that costs 33 points for 1 second because it costs more. It's why it yields more XP. Does that make sense? So you always want to be what I like to call quality casting. Not spam casting, quality casting. You want to be using the spell that costs the most. And so this means you can do really cool things. Like you can start bumping this up, you can start increasing this by more than 21 so you can get less of a deficit each time you cast the spell, which is really, really cool. And there's a whole bunch of little tricks you can do with kind of combining these. What matters is that you have destruction as the label. So you want to find which kind of combination still yields the destruction label. If you put too high a magicka on self, for example, versus damage fatigue, it's going to turn into a restoration spell. Cool. So yeah. This also applies for combat. Normally in the original Oblivion, smack something with a sword, Iron Dagger versus Daedric Dagger, it's the amount of inputs that matters, but it's actually the damage of the weapon that yields the XP. And this is the same across all combat skills inside of Oblivion Remastered. Very similar to Skyrim, except Skyrim has some exceptions to that rule. But it seems to be the case that the higher the value of the input, the more experience you'll yield across the board in Oblivion Remastered. So that's about it. Usual kind of like other things apply, like other glitches apply, like increasing certain attributes past 100 does yield results. You can keep increasing your intelligence past 100 and getting more magicka. You can keep increasing your willpower past 100 and getting more magicka regen. You can do this via enchantments. I believe speed has an inherent cap to it. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Actually, I don't think it does. You can keep increasing speed past 100 and you'll get those results. However, you cannot increase strength past 100 and keep getting damage on your weapon. Your damage on your weapon has a hard cap at 100 for both the attribute and both the class, so blade or blunt. That's hard capped at 100 of both. So yeah, I hope you found this a little bit interesting, just to highlight some differences between Oblivion Classical and Oblivion Remastered in terms of glitches and in terms of the kind of experience gain systems inside of both games. This game is really, really super cool. I can't wait to actually play like a full playthrough on it. I'm just kind of theory crafting at the moment. I'm gonna try and make a mage build viable. And yeah, that's all. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to drop a like, subscribe, whatever. Thank you very much for watching. That's what matters. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.